Alfred Hitchcock is one of the most celebrated Hollywood directors of all time, and he crafts a thriller like nobody else. And when I saw that somebody is making an homage to him in a movie about a woman trapped in a house, seeing things happening across, an homage directly to Rear Window, I was extremely excited. And that's why I gotta talk to you about The Woman in the Window. Amy Adams plays a woman with agoraphobia that lives in her extremely beautiful building in New York, and she doesn't interact with anybody. She tries to stay away from people. Her fear is from the outside, and she starts spying on what's happening in the building across and encounters interesting neighbors that eventually want to interact with her. She meets a woman that basically creates a very quick friendship with her and eventually witnesses a crime, or so she thinks. Altogether, this movie doesn't shy away from being a direct homage to Rear Window, done by Alfred Hitchcock in black and white in an amazing fashion. And to be honest, I was very hesitant to watch this film. We have seen this type of film before. Mostly one location, somebody trapped without the ability or the willingness to go out, and something happening that forces them to change. Man, this movie blew me away because it screws up with your understanding of what is real and what is not. In fact, it puts the audience in the shoes of the protagonist. She suffers from a serious trauma that keeps bleeding into her daily life, and she has issues recognizing what's real and what's not. The medication she's taking provokes hallucinations, and the way the film pulls the audience into that confusion as to what is real and what is not, what did she witness, and was it real or not, it's very, very good. The use of special effects and practical effects to make some pieces of flashbacks seep into the present day and show exteriors in interiors is just very cool and very unique, and it serves the plot perfectly. And wow, what a display of acting! Amy Adams is amazing at pulling the audience into a state of disbelief where she is not sure if the world around her is real or not, and she's obsessive and she is confused and delusional, and the audience experiences that with her, and her acting is worthy of an award. Another outstanding performance is by Gary Oldman, who's in the film actually very little, but in the moments that he's in, he is stealing the scene despite how amazing Amy Adams is. His presence, his ability to intimidate, his ability to be it all is just outstanding. The point of the movie is that it keeps you guessing whether was there something that the main character witnessed or not, and if indeed it is real, who is responsible of this. And this tug and pull between what's real and what's not, if anything happened or not, and who did it, is at the core so Hitchcock. The trick that this movie pulls on you, I didn't see this coming at all, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Everything this fella's done has been suspicious. Trips at night in the rain, and knives and saws and trunks with rope, and now this wife that isn't there anymore.
I admit it all has a mysterious sound. Could be any number of things. Murder's the least possible.
The cinematography, it's definitely a visual spectacle worthy of a high-budget movie. I don't know exactly how this movie was shot, because obviously they're combining a set perhaps with the real location, and maybe it's all a set. The thing is, the camera goes through different floors, through walls, through windows in such a way that it would be impossible to do in a real house. In fact, I'm afraid the entire thing could be a giant green set. But my point here is, visually speaking, it's extremely beautiful. There are these stained glass windows, very dark corners, the combination of light and darkness, colors and absence of colors. It really is thematic to what's going on in the character's mind, and the way the camera moves, it's accentuating the feelings and the emotions that are accompanied by a very good score altogether to create this illusion, and it's so akin to what Hitchcock would do. The suspense and the trick that it pulls pays off very well. I really recommend that you watch Rear Window first to understand what this movie is doing and how it's doing it differently. The Woman in the Window is a very interesting thriller that makes homage to movies that came before it and did an interesting job with the same plot. Amy Adams pulls off an amazing acting performance, which, by the way, is seconded by Gary Oldman's very intimidating presence. The visual tricks and the plot really conveys an amazing feeling of disorientation and makes the audience, just as the main character, doubt if what they're seeing is real or it could be all a delusion. It pulls an amazing twist at the end that was surprising and very pleasant. What is your favorite thriller of somebody being trapped in a house without being able to get out, and why? I'm Jim from Get Me More, and you know where to find me. Thank you for watching.